Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's shaking the very foundations of academic research. Imagine submitting your hard work, your groundbreaking study, for peer review, only to find out it's been critiqued by an AI. It sounds like a dystopian sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now, and the implications are massive. We're not talking about a few isolated incidents here. This is a growing trend that could fundamentally change how scientific knowledge is validated and disseminated. And the worst part? It might be completely undermining the quality of research, leading to flawed studies being published as fact. Is AI a helpful tool or a dangerous shortcut that's eroding the integrity of science? We're going to break it all down, expose the risks, and explore the potential solutions. Stay tuned, because this is a story you absolutely need to know about. I've got some concerning data that will really shock you. Peer review is supposed to be the bedrock of science, but something rotten is happening. Let's dig in. So, let's get to the heart of the matter. Earlier this year, a researcher submitted a manuscript to an academic journal, a paper focused on systematic review conduct. This is crucial work, ensuring trustworthy evidence informs policy and practice, especially in areas like public health. But when the peer review comments came back, something felt off. The tone was robotic, generic, lacking any real depth or nuance. There were no specific examples, no page or line numbers to guide revisions. It was vague, unhelpful, and frankly bizarre. The reviewer even suggested formatting the reference list in a way that completely disregarded the journal's requirements and any established scientific standard. Even worse, they commented on a discussion section that didn't even exist in the manuscript. This raised serious red flags. Was this a genuine expert providing thoughtful feedback, or something else? Could it be that AI was subtly undermining the scientific process? This gets to the core of trust in science, and we have to ask hard questions about where it's heading. This isn't just about one paper. This is about the future of research. What happens when the gatekeepers of knowledge are replaced by algorithms? The researcher, understandably suspicious, decided to do some investigating. They uploaded their own manuscript to 3 different AI models: ChatGPT 4o, Gemini 1.5 Pro, and DeepSeek v3. The results were striking. The AI-generated feedback mirrored the peer reviewer's comments almost verbatim. For example, the reviewer suggested, briefly address the broader implications of main output of paper for systematic review outcomes to emphasize its importance. ChatGPT 4o responded with, conclude with a sentence summarizing the broader implications or potential impact, main output of paper, on systematic reviews or evidence-based practice. The similarities were too close to be coincidental. Now, this isn't definitive proof, but it's a pretty damning indictment. The biggest red flag, however, was the stark contrast between the AI-generated feedback and the feedback from the associate editor of the journal. The editor's comments were clear, instructive, and genuinely helpful, while the AI-influenced review was vague, confusing, and ultimately useless. This raises a critical question. How can we distinguish between authentic peer review and AI-generated content? We need better tools and protocols to detect AI involvement in the review process. Think about it. If AI can mimic human feedback so convincingly, how many other papers have been affected without anyone noticing? This is a ticking time bomb for scientific integrity. The researcher took their concerns directly to the editor-in-chief, who, to their credit, responded with immediate thanks and acknowledged the seriousness of the issue. But this highlights a larger problem: the lack of clear guidelines and oversight regarding AI use in peer review. While AI models can potentially make research faster and more accessible, their implementation requires careful consideration. Current guidance is mixed, and its effectiveness is questionable. Authors have a right to know if AI is being used in the review process and should have the option to opt out. Reviewers also need to disclose any AI assistance. But how do we enforce this? It falls to journals and editors to ensure reviewers who misuse AI are flagged. Imagine the consequences if this isn't addressed. Flawed research could be published as fact, disseminated into the public domain, and used to inform policies that affect millions of lives. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. This is a real and present danger. We're talking about the potential erosion of trust in science, which could have devastating consequences for society. A recent study published in Nature, Smith et al., 2024, highlights the importance of human oversight in AI-assisted decision-making, emphasizing the potential for bias and errors when AI is used without proper monitoring. The ethical implications here are profound. Now, let's consider the counterarguments. Some argue that AI can actually enhance peer review by identifying potential flaws in research and speeding up the process. AI could be used to check for plagiarism, identify statistical errors, and ensure adherence to reporting guidelines. This could free up human reviewers to focus on the more nuanced aspects of the research, such as the originality and significance of the findings. However, the key is transparency and accountability. If AI is used, it should be clearly disclosed, and human reviewers should always have the final say. We need to develop ethical guidelines and best practices for AI-assisted peer review. One potential solution is to create AI models specifically designed to assist reviewers, providing them with suggestions and insights, but not replacing their judgment. Another approach is to develop tools that can detect AI-generated text, helping editors identify potentially compromised reviews. Ultimately, the goal is to strike a balance between leveraging the benefits of AI and preserving the integrity of the peer review process. We need to ensure that AI is a tool that enhances human expertise, not a replacement for it. Let me know in the comments what practical steps can be taken to ensure that AI is used ethically and effectively in peer review. Let's play devil's advocate for a second. Some argue that AI can actually improve the peer review process. They say AI can quickly identify potential flaws in methodology, flag inconsistencies in data, and even suggest relevant literature that human reviewers might miss. This could lead to more thorough and efficient reviews, ultimately improving the quality of published research. Furthermore, AI could help reduce bias in the review process. Human reviewers are often influenced by factors such as the author's reputation, the institution they're affiliated with, or even their personal opinions. AI, on the other hand, can provide objective feedback based solely on the content of the manuscript. However, there's a crucial caveat. AI models are only as good as the data they're trained on. If the training data is biased, the AI will perpetuate those biases in its reviews. This could lead to unfair or discriminatory outcomes, particularly for researchers from underrepresented groups. To mitigate this risk, we need to ensure that AI models are trained on diverse and representative datasets, and that human reviewers are still involved in the process to identify and correct any potential biases. The debate is not about whether AI should be used in peer review, but rather how it should be used responsibly and ethically. It's about finding the right balance between leveraging the potential benefits of AI and safeguarding the integrity of the scientific process. We need to think critically about the limitations of AI and ensure that human judgment remains at the core of peer review. So, what can we do to address this growing problem? Here are a few potential solutions. First, journals need to implement stricter policies regarding AI use in peer review. Reviewers should be required to disclose any AI assistance, and editors should be trained to identify potentially AI-generated content. Second, we need to develop better tools for detecting AI-generated text. Researchers are already working on AI models that can distinguish between human-written and AI-generated content. These tools could be used to screen peer reviews and identify those that may have been written by AI. Third, we need to promote greater transparency in the peer review process. Journals could consider publishing the names of reviewers alongside the published articles, or even making the review reports publicly available. This would increase accountability and encourage reviewers to provide more thoughtful and constructive feedback. Fourth, we need to invest in training and education for both reviewers and authors. Reviewers need to be trained on how to use AI tools ethically and effectively, while authors need to be aware of the potential risks of AI-generated peer reviews. Finally, we need to foster a culture of open discussion and collaboration within the scientific community. Researchers, editors, and publishers need to work together to develop best practices for AI-assisted peer review and ensure that the integrity of science is protected. This requires a multifaceted approach, combining technological solutions with ethical guidelines and cultural shifts. It's a complex challenge, but it's one that we must address if we want to maintain trust in science and ensure that research is conducted and evaluated rigorously. The bottom line is this: AI has the potential to revolutionize many aspects of our lives, including scientific research. But we need to proceed with caution and ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically. The case of AI-generated peer reviews is a wake-up call. It highlights the potential risks of blindly embracing new technologies without considering the consequences. We need to be vigilant in protecting the integrity of science and ensuring that research is conducted and evaluated rigorously. So what do you think? Is AI a threat to peer review or an opportunity to improve it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the world of AI and technology. Don't forget to share this video with your colleagues and friends, because this is a conversation that we all need to be having. The future of science depends on it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And hey, stay skeptical.